Welcome to SML Total Access, the official podcast of the Sim Madden League. Now, here are your hosts, ZZ the Great and Primetime 000.
Hello and welcome to the SML podcast. This is SML Total Access. We are back at it again. I'm Primetime 000, the commissioner of the league, and with me as always is my trusted co-host, ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
What's up, Prime? What's going on, SML? Well, what are we, week 14 here?
Something like that, man. We're knocking on the door of the playoffs, my favorite time of the year, and it's bound to be lit. It's bound to be fire because there's going to be some. Hey, the pressure is mounting, and pressure breaks pipes. So who's going to fold like a folding chair, and who's going to rise to the occasion? And if you're new to SML Total Access, we've changed it up a little bit. We go 4 downs, 3 minutes each down, and then we have the extra point. So, hey, let's go ahead. First down. Late season push, man. Who do you think is going to make that late season push and kind of get hot at the right time, and who's going to get cold as ice?
I'm just going to ramble off a couple here in the AFC. In the AFC, we got the Patriots. They're leading in that first division. Against Royce and against Comp. It's no telling who's going to win that division in the end because the division has been kind of dominant this cycle. And the third place Bills in that division have a 10-4 record. So it's going to be who drops the next couple of games. Every game from here on out is going to be important for those guys in that division.
Yeah.
And and just moving down to the AFC West. I see the Chiefs. He's leading the division at 6-7.
Oof.
So that's going to tell you a lot about the AFC West right now. You got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, you got my boy Blunt Burner and the Broncos, Christian Kills, and my boy Raider. So it's no tell, man. I don't know, man, about this thing about the NFC South being the worst division, man. We might have to reevaluate.
I agree.
But if you got off into in the North, we also have we got Meats. He's leading the North by a significant margin, and it's not going to be any space for the Browns to get in. Of course, with at 8-5, if he doesn't win this division, he's going to be in trouble because getting into this division with those guys coming out of the AFC East is going to be kind of hard to do. And then, of course, down in the South, we got the Colts ahead, and then the Jaguars following close behind at 11-2. So. Yeah. Man, it's gonna be a tight playoff race when it comes down to it. Some guys are gonna get left out. It's inevitable.
Yep, and that's the SML. That's the AFC side. Looking at the NFC side, hey man, Cap. We're gonna talk about the Redskins a little bit later in the show, but Sunday Squad undefeated, 13-0, only one game up on the Philadelphia Eagles. Dan he's our new Eagles owner. Yes. A seamless transition from Gov, obviously, maybe even better than Gov. Obviously, Gov kind of trailed off there towards the end of his SML career, but Eagles looking strong. Seahawks 10-4. They're fighting right now. They're tied, same records. The Packers. Laura Killer's kind of back. Oshie's gone. The Packers are obviously kind of the favorites now in the NFC North. Paulie's kind of trying to make a push for it, but we're not sure how that's going to play out. NYT 8-5, tied, same record with the Bucks as no Overlord.
Yes.
That's a good matchup. NYT seems to have Noel's number, so I'm going to say he's going to win the division, but Noel will probably get another playoff spot there around the 6th seed. So, yeah, I mean, things are tight. A lot of close teams and a lot of close records, so I'm not sure who's going to win everything, but it's time to start winning, man. You can't afford a loss. But, hey, we'll see what happens. That leads us to our second down on the show, and a guy who's usually an elite player, a guy who you can pencil in week 1 of the regular season. This guy will be in the playoffs, and this guy will make a run at the Super Bowl. Is Gramazins, whatever you want to call him.
Yes,
he is struggling. His record 6-8. He can only get to 500. He might be a below 500 ball club this season. What the heck is wrong with Grams?
Look, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, Grams missed the playoffs, a year or two ago?
2 ago, yeah. You're around there, yeah.
Yeah. Like 2 seasons ago. Not no year. But he missed the playoffs and before. So, but what's up with him now? I don't know, man. Grams is just not getting it done. He's not in the NFC in the NFC East over there. I mean, yeah, we got the new guy in, and then you're over there with Sunday, and then of course you guys have the Giants over there as well. But I guess he's just not getting it in with the new competition. Maybe it could be that the fact that the Eagles came in, he's a new guy to learn from, and then with the Redskins being as dominant as they are, and they haven't really lost a game. Grams just might be feeling the heat from that division and not getting it done on the other side when he plays other divisions or whatnot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see, man. Graham's getting older. Has father time kind of caught up with him? He's talked about retiring a few times. He's hinted at it this season, I believe. And now at 6-8, he might feel his division's kind of past him now.
He'll never be able to do it.
For a while, we thought Gov was his only tough opponent, but now with Sunday there, it's crazy to see for sure. But
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Moving on though to number 3, just like that, another NFC East team, the Redskins. Are they going 16-0?
He had a chance at it last year, and
Yeah.
he failed like probably around the same time last year. So I'm gonna say no because I thought last year he might have had it, but then he kind of trailed off, and then of course, as you know, lost the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I actually don't know. He could. I'm just gonna say he's not gonna make it.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know, man. He might go 16-0 this season. I don't know about a Super Bowl berth. What do you think about Paulie relinquishing the baby goat title from him? Do you think that's fair?
Hey, man, you got look. If you want to big up the baby goat, you got to big it up the whole way. You can't chime out at the end when he loses. You gotta stick with it.
Yeah, and that's the truth. That's the truth right there.
That's the truth.
Come on, Paulie. You can't be a fair weather fan. We know you follow Tom Brady. We know it's Tampa, all this stuff, but you can't be a fair weather fan either. Stick with the guy or jump off the bandwagon, Paulie. Come on, that's the truth.
Hey, that's the truth. Hey, he does have. Okay, now the Redskins has the Raiders coming up. Oh, then he has the Bears. So he really only has to beat the other new guy. What's his name?
Danny or something.
Danny, yeah. So if he basically his really only tough game left is that. I think I'm gonna change my prediction to maybe he might actually do this.
Yeah.
He has the Bears and the Raiders. They're both combined 4-22.
Yeesh. So is he gonna make a Super Bowl run then? Do you think?
I mean, you got to give it to the man that made it last year. So yeah, I pretty much with Oshie gone and and Gov not here, I'm gonna say Sunday's probably the favorite.
Yeah, man. Looking at the NFC, which was once super powerful, who is there proven? I mean, Future's there in the playoff race, but his team's kind of fallen apart. So is the NFC now went from a close to the AFC in terms of top tier teams now? Not is that
yeah, it's gotten pretty rough over here in the NFC. It's gotten pretty rough, and I'll say, yeah, man. I mean, look at it shows on the division side of things. If you look at we were just looking at the AFC West, it was with Raider and whatnot, or even if you look at the Chiefs division with Raider, Broncos. If you look at their games, they haven't won as many games as some of the other divisions, and it could be a symptom of the NFC getting stronger.
Right. So there you have it. Now moving on to our fourth down. Biggest surprise this season. We talked about Grams already being a team that really kind of flopped more than we thought he would have. Is there anybody else who you're kind of shocked in a good or bad situation? Is it Grams?
Would have. Yeah. So you're asking the biggest. I'm losing you.
Biggest surprise of the season.
Biggest surprise of the season. Okay, the biggest surprise of the season. I don't know if it's Grams actually losing, like he's losing, but the biggest surprise right now. I'm gonna say that for me right now, the biggest surprise is the fact that the New England Patriots went to a Super Bowl last year and won it. and are 11-3 at this time, and could potentially miss out on the playoffs. I
Yeah.
think that's my biggest surprise right now.
Yeah. Mine would be that biggest surprise that Haas. I was kind of expecting more out of Haas, man. I know he had his issues, and thank goodness he's doing all right.
Yes.
But now that he's back, he's had a full season. This is a full season for him, and he's only 6-7 right now. I played against him and I beat him. It was a close game. He played me very well. He always plays me well, actually. Probably the guy that gives me one of my toughest matchups. And not the same Haas though. Not the same Haas I'm used to playing. So maybe after this season he'll bounce back. But I'm just surprised that, let's just call it how it is. Raider is not an elite player.
Yeah.
Kristen Kells is a good player. Kristen Kells is a good player, but he's not as strong as, let's say, some of the other tough divisions like what Grams has to go against. We can talk about some other teams in the AFC West, which we had the Raiders that he plays. He has to play the Broncos, and there's one more team in the AFC West. And who am I forgetting over there in the
AFC West? You have the Raiders,
Chargers,
Broncos,
Blunt Burner,
yes.
another team that's meh.
Yeah.
They had a good season early on. They kind of fizzled out as their teams aged, I believe. And then Haas is 6-7. Come on, like that division.
Somebody can win that division at 7-9, man.
Yeah, like that. Come on, Haas. You're better than that. I know you're better than that. So I want to see OG. I want to see retro Haas. I need that in my life. So if not this season, then last season, do it for us. So that's my biggest surprise.
We want the big old Haas back.
So
go
on.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. The extra point. Let's get it.
Extra point there. We've gone through 4 downs, and now we're moving on to the extra point. I've seen this a lot, and this isn't necessarily a Grams comment. I know, so I want to preface that by saying there's a lot of people who, and I see this in chat or wherever else, they say, I'm not having fun anymore. A lot of times it's attributed to them losing, I feel like, because then they'll also follow up and say they're doing something else with the game. So, and by that I mean they say that they're not having fun, so they're going to retire from the SML or whatever it may be. But then they go and talk about playing another game mode. So it's like the game isn't as bad as what you're saying. You're just tired of losing. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you attribute to not having fun?
Very much true.
What's your thoughts?
Yes, that's very true, because I mean, okay, Madden fatigue has probably set in a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
but because we're in the SML, we don't see that much of the ripples of that fatigue, in our league, because it stays full, and we got a whole nother league full of guys waiting to come in.
Right.
So we don't feel it as much. But right now, it's a lot of people not really, into it, or have gotten tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that we're still full and all this. I mean, you're gonna get when you're losing, you want to
Quit.
I wouldn't say you want to quit, but you don't want to. You're not as entertained as you might be when you're winning. And I see this happen to guys a lot of times. They'll be active as hell in chat or whatnot, and then they start losing and they get real quiet, and you don't hear from them and stuff. And then when they start winning again, they get really active, and in it, because when you're winning, you feel better. You feel good about what you're doing. Nobody wants to lose, and nobody wants to suck, because the last thing you want to do is have Madden be a chore that you have to do. That's when a lot of guys get fed up and leave or whatnot. But I believe that in Madden fatigue, and people are going to get tired, but sometimes you get tired of getting your butt whooped, and I can kind of understand that. But for guys like me, though, I'm going to be here. I keep getting my ass whooped. It is what it is. I'm used to it. You know what I mean?
Right. So yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, that's the thing of it, is finding a way to still enjoy yourself despite winning or losing. And you have to find fulfillment in other avenues of the league other than winning and losing, because at the end of the day, I think if you're just looking to win, and that's the only part of Connected Franchise that you like, then just play lobby, play now games, and then that way you don't have any commitment to it. You can just quit for a month and then hop back in. You can read your ebooks, you can go on YouTube, and you can get really good at it, and maybe you can even play and money games. If you're looking for, you know, like, because I could easily, I genuinely believe I could go hop on YouTube and do all this stuff, and I could make an extra $5,000 a year. I guarantee I could probably hop on and do that if I wanted to.
Oh
And
yeah.
and those gamer saloon or whatever it's called
Hmm.
websites, and you know, I just don't have the desire to put that much time into it. So I enjoy, you know, the community aspect of it. It is nice being a 15-time champ. But if I lost every game, I would still be here doing the podcast, commentating the games, because that's where I find my
Right.
fulfillment in the league. So
Yeah, and then when I came to this league, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for that interactivity, the fun of, just playing the game and, having fun. If you lose, hey, it is what it is. Try back next year. There's always that glimmer of hope
mm-hmm.
down the tunnel.
New
You know what
Madden.
I mean? That hey, maybe you might fix one or two things that was wrong. And look at NYT, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's two seasons in a row. Unless he's really paying that guy that I
Mm-hmm.
think he's paying to play his Madden games for him.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, look at what NYT did, man. He came from the bottom, man, and now
Yes.
he's on top.
Yep.
Can't tell him nothing.
Yep. So
I want to be like him.
yes, there's guys you can mimic yourself after. Meats, I know he gets a lot of trash, but Meats went from a very mediocre, subpar player to now perennial
Yes.
playoff contender. Um,
Because I used to beat meats for y'all that don't know.
huh. And Two Step
Yeah.
used to completely just abuse Meats. I mean, there's
Yep.
been some games
Two
where
step used to abuse him.
Two
Yep,
Step
that's
Two
right.
Step made Meats reconsider his life once or twice in the don't forget that or get that twisted, man. So but Meats is now like, hey, you're stupid if you're not ready to play Meats, because or come ready to play Meats, because he's a great player. So just keep chopping
Yeah,
wood.
yeah.
Uh, if anybody wants to have any unwanted advice, it would be don't blame the game. I understand Madden sucks. I agree 100%. But let's find out what am I doing wrong. Me personally, everybody knows I take a lot of sacks, so I need to fix that. What do you do wrong? What do you do wrong? Identify that. Think to yourself right
Yes.
now. Write it down in the notes of your iPhone. Hey, you know what, Prime? I throw into triple coverage. I shouldn't do that as much. So, and then
Yeah.
you'll get better at it. And that's how you get better, is just find out what your problems are. So anyway,
Yes.
that is SML Total Access. I'll let you sign us off.
All right, fellas. Now that's it. Shout out to the primer, Mike. Good job running over there, man. He's ready to replace any guys that don't want to play.
Yes.
And but for all us guys who love to play and love our league and is in chat every day, quick shout out. We have a great league and we're doing great. And things might be piping down as far as the game getting stale a little bit, but we're still here, man. We're still here. We're gonna entertain every week.
We still
So
here. It's gonna
that's
take
it.
more than a car crash to keep me down, baby. I'm back.
Yes. Yeah, this is your first time on since the car crash, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm slurring my words and forgetting stuff still, but we'll be back next week, better
Okay.
than ever.
All right. Okay, well, my laptop's gonna go dead.
All right, see you
So
guys. Thanks for listening to SML Total Access, baby.